What's up, fragrance connoisseurs? So we're back and we're actually going to start with the video that started it all. I did a video on the best Angels Share clone, and at that time I had all the Angels Share clones that I knew of in the video. In the comments, I was given two other Angels Share clones that I should check out. I got them, so now we're going to start with this. Of course, this is the original. This is Angels Share by Kilian. And we will first talk about this, and then we'll talk about the clones, which one I think is closest, which one I think lasts the longest, has the best projection, CI's longevity, and then we will make an overall winner in the Clone Wars Part 2. So stay tuned for station identification, and we'll get into it. Okay, we're back. Like I said, we start off with Angel Share. Of course, Angel Share, the top note is boozy, it's cognac, and then in the mid, you're going to get cinnamon, tonka bean, and oak. And in the base notes, you're going to get praline, vanilla, and sandalwood. So to me, it gives you a boozy apple pie type vibe. It is semi-gourmand in my opinion. A great fragrance by Kilian. It lasts a long time, which usually some of the by Kilians are hit or miss, but Angel Share has good projection, good longevity. I'm going to use this. Of course, this is the presentation. Nice cognac rocks type glass. And I'm going to use my hand, my left hand, to be the control. And that's where Angel Share. Then we have in the last video, Kismet Angel. And Kismet Angel was the one that came in top place as far as for the last video. I have Kismet Angel right here. It's Mason Alhambra. And this one, as you can see, it has a very similar type presentation as the original Angel Share. Pretty similar, just a little different in the bottle presentation. So this one was the one that won, and I'm going to spray that on my forearm to have that be in there along with Angel Share. So in the last video, we also had Kamra, and I won't talk about it too much, but however, Kamra it's a nice fragrance in and of itself. It was the least similar to Angel Share. I like it as a fragrance by itself, but again, it wasn't in the same realm as the other ones with Angel Share. Then I also had Paris Corner, the Amir collection, and this is Fire Desire. It was closer to Angel Share, not too far from Kismet Angel. However, this one was the one that performed the worst as far as longevity and projection. The actual Kamra actually performed the best as far as how long it lasted and on my skin and how well it projected. But again, it was only, in my opinion, 70% of what Angel Share is as far as its DNA and profile. Before I get to the two new ones, and that is Cocktail Intense and Enigma Dough, I wanted to get into just first things first. All right, I have, since I made the original video, I have looked at some videos that talked about Angel Share clones, and there's several reviewers that said a couple things. One, it didn't matter which other clone it was. There were a few reviewers that basically said that the clone was better than the actual original Angel Share. And all I have to say to that is
bullshit. 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 Bullshit.
That says it all. I can tell you for a fact, I have a lot of clones. I like clones. I utilize clones in my collection and I even wear them out. However, as far as especially for this one with the bykilian Angels Share, you are not going to get the quality of the materials. You are not going to get the quality of the way it's blended. And you are not going to have a smell that is as nice as Angel Share. Clones, for the most part, never smell as good as the originals. The originals use less synthetics. They use more naturals. They have a longer process of blending, and they usually go through painstaking things to have them blend. And a lot of times, especially with niche fragrances, you're going to have a difference in the opening, the mid, and the dry down. Most of the clone fragrances are made to replicate a certain part of the smell of the original. It could be in the dry down phase, it could be in the mid phase. And in that, a lot of clones are more linear and less go through different phases. But just to say, never have I encountered a clone that smelled as rich or was better than the original. I can say that there are some clones that perform better than the original as far as longevity and projection, such as Club de Nuit Intense Man. I feel like, especially the 2019 bottle I have, it performs better. But for the most part, the original is going to perform, at least it's going to be better blended, it's going to more natural, and it's going to smell better. Now, getting into, after I go through that long soliloquy, getting into this, first we're going to start with Enigma Doe. And what I found out is that both of these that I have, Cocktail Intense and Enigma Doe, are really made by Fragrance World. This is the box, as you can see, but it says F.A. Paris. You look at the top, it's got the logo. The bottom has just some basic information, and then the back has some information and also the ingredients, I believe. Yes, and it's a nice basic presentation. And the Enigma Doe is F.A. Paris, but if you look on the bottom of the box, it does say Fragrance World Perfumes. So it is still Fragrance World Perfumes. I am going to spray this. Now, this is not my first spraying. I have sprayed it before, but I'm going to spray it for the opening. And what I will say on all of the openings, you do get an alcohol blast, and it is alcohol heavy when you first spray it. But we will go and work on after it dries down a little bit and look at it. The next one that we'll talk about is Cocktail Intense. And Cocktail Intense is also Fragrance World. It comes in a plainer box. I mean, it looks sort of in the same kind of Angel Share box, but it is less. It is a box that just kind of opens up and has the fragrance inside. It doesn't have the same kind of felt or cutout that the other ones have. It just has cardboard that holds it in place. Here it goes here. It's got the ingredients and the logo on the back of Fragrance World. Then it's got some writing on the bottom, logo on the top. There's a barcode on the side, and on the other side, nothing. So there you have it. Cocktail Intense. We're going to spray this as well because we're not really going through individual notes. There could be some that have some different individual notes, but I am really trying to see how much it actually smells like the actual Angel Share. So we've sprayed them. I've given some basic overview of each of the fragrances. I'm going to come back in 2 hours and we're going to see which one I think projected and lasts the longest, which one smells closest to Angel Share, and which one overall do I think wins, where I have Kismet Angel really was the winner of the first video. So now we'll go in and we will see you in about 2 hours.
2 hours later.
All right, fragrance connoisseurs, we're back. What I can say is this one is a really hard one. I can start splitting hairs, but I can basically say all three of them are really, really close. They're all within the 95% range of the dry down of the original Angel Share. What I can say to differentiate them is Kismet Angel, which we talked about before. In the dry down, this one focuses more on the cognac, the cinnamon, and the woods. And it's less sweet than, say, Enigma Doe, which in the dry down is still, they're all really close, but this one focuses more on the sweetness of the tonka bean and the vanilla and the praline as opposed to the woods. And then if I was to give it like a Papa Bear, Mama Bear, Baby Bear type thing, Cocktail Angel, Cocktail Intense is right there in the middle. And it has a good balance between the sweetness of the praline and the tonka bean and the vanilla, and it also retains the booziness of the cognac and gives you the creaminess of the sandalwood and gives you kind of that oak barrel feel of the woods. So in the end, I would say that overall, Cocktail Intense is the more well-rounded one out of all of them. I think they all smell pretty good and are within 95% of Angel Share. When we talk about which one I think projects the most, and I still have a Cocktail Intense on my forearm. I have Enigma Doe on my right hand, and then Kismet Angel on my left forearm. They're pretty close. I would still, even in this, I would say as far as projection and longevity, I would say Cocktail Intense is still the one that lasts the longest and has the most projection right now. Enigma Doe is really close as well. And in the end, I think Kismet Angel is a little lighter. They're not all far off. And we're 2 hours in, and I can still smell all of them really well as Angel Share. So they all do last. But if I would say which one I smell the most, right now, I would say the one that could be the furthest from my nose, and I still pick it up, would be Cocktail Intense. So in the end, I would say that my overall best Angel Shares clone has changed. That it's no longer Kismet Angel, it is Cocktail Intense, and there you have it. What I will say is that fragrance connoisseurs, I'm not keeping all of these clones, so I'm planning on giving 2 of them away. If you put a comment on which clone you'd be interested in the comments, you're subscribed, and you like the video, I will choose randomly 2 that go. So, and it will be a clone. It will not be the original Angel Share, but it could be Kismet Angel. It could be Fire Your Desire. It could be Cocktail Intense, or it could be Enigma Doe. Whichever one. It could even be Karma if that's the one that you decide you wanted, even though, in my opinion, it doesn't smell in the same DNA family as Angel Share. So if you leave that at the bottom, in the comments, we'll choose 2 at random to give away. Hope you enjoyed the video. Take care. God bless.